Representative Mickey Sherrill of New Jersey publicly called on President Joe Biden to not seek re-election. Sherrill, a Democrat, expressed her belief that Biden should step aside to help the Democratic Party navigate a process toward selecting a new nominee. Her statement highlighted the high stakes of the upcoming election and the need for a strong candidate to face potential challenges. Sherrill's call was notable as she became the 7th House Democrat to publicly urge Biden to withdraw his candidacy. 7th House Democrat. Kind of just want to get to the point where she starts backstabbing him. One of the President Joe Biden's most significant accomplishments was defeating a man who represented an existential threat to the nation. I've heard from people in my district who are united in their concern for our country and our future. They want a leader who can continue to build on our successes, but is also able to turn the nation's attention to the urgent threat that Trump presents to our democracy, to our freedoms, and to our country. When I think of my 4 children and all the rights that another Trump president endangers, and in light of the recent Supreme Court decision that gave inordinate power to the President of the United States, that means these people were really counting on this guy being arrested. That, they were really trying to get him out. And now that that failed, she says the stakes are too high and the threat is too real. To stay silent, I realize this is hard, but we have done hard things in pursuit of democracy since the founding of this nation. It is time to do so again. This is so manipulative. And to say it so kindly, as if it's not someone backstabbing you. Especially whenever the president disagrees that he's incapable of doing it. Now, I personally am for Biden staying in. I think it's honestly, it's probably the most legal thing. The VP stepping in for him is a very, very odd situation, considering he doesn't want to back out. That could leave the possibility of him, who knows, someone trying to get rid of him in different ways. I won't elaborate on what ways, but you can kind of use your imagination. You can come up with cool things yourself. I don't have to do everything for you. We all have pretty wild imaginations. Have fun with it. Trump's NATO gaffe, unprepared or concerned. What are you talking about? Former President Donald Trump has been criticized for his lack of understanding of NATO, with comments suggesting he is unaware of its purpose and function during his presidency. Critics argue that his lack of knowledge about NATO, as evidenced by his statements, indicates a lack of preparedness for the role of president and a disregard for international alliances. Or he's just being real about the cost of everything, and it's bankrupting our country at this point. How do you not know what NATO is? How do you run it for president with an 8th grade education? Trump on his speech to NATO, I didn't even know what the hell NATO was. Too much. It's going to be one small out of context clip.
I didn't even know what the hell NATO was too much before, but it didn't take me long to figure it out, like about 2 minutes. And the first thing I figured out was they weren't paying. We were paying almost fully for NATO. I didn't even know what the hell NATO was too much before, but it didn't take me long to figure it out, like about 2 minutes. And the first thing I figured out was...
Trump uses a lot of rhetorical expression, so I don't know who this guy is, but it also seems like a lot of people, especially from other countries, will form an opinion on Trump before actually knowing too much about him, especially his talking style and his particular rhetoric style and how he could address wealth disparities and fund public services. The proposal also includes plans to raise the minimum wage, implement price controls, lower the retirement age, and invest in green initiatives and public services. From Wall Street Silver, someone I repost quite a bit. I'm actually going to do it right now. Radical left-wing coalition, which won the most seats in France's national election, now wants 90% tax rate. This will cause a massive exodus of wealth. It's too easy for them to sub the country.